Good morning, everybody. This is Todd with the Forex Nitty Gritty Insiders Daily video. Thanks for joining us today. We are going to spend a few minutes identifying some potential trading opportunities on the shorter term charts. We're going to look at a 5-minute time period. Then we're going to look here. First of all, we'll just kind of take a brief look at what's going on in the markets. We have at 10 o'clock Eastern New York time, the consumer confidence numbers come out. The forecast for that is 65.8. Now, if it comes out better, typically that's good for the currency, so we'd see the U.S. dollar strengthen. What this does is it's just a household survey of their current and how they feel about the current and future economic conditions of things, and so that is, and we have been moving down, generally speaking, over the last, well, from about 2008, we hit a low in 2009, and I guess it's been gradually working its way back up again, but we're still pretty low compared to where we have been. So watch that, and you'll be able to see how things react when news comes out. This one is usually not a huge mover, meaning you don't see a ton of movement, but it is certainly one that can give you an idea of what's going on. Tomorrow we have GDP numbers come out early, so make sure that you're aware of that. The bank holiday in London is now over, the UK, so the market should be a little more active in how they move, and so we want to remember that. Yesterday was pretty flat overall. All right, so let's just take a brief review when we're looking at trading the simple trading method, or STM. One, we want to identify what the trend is doing. We can use moving average. The 40 period simple moving average is usually a good one to identify that. Secondly, we're going to look at the pullbacks. To either support or resistance. And that is so that we can look at getting in at a good time. So if the trend is up, pulls back down towards the support area, and then number 3, we're going to look for HH3 or LL, the highest high of the last 3 or the lowest low of the last 3 as it begins to move back up again. So keep that in mind. Now we're starting to see a big move here. I'm not sure what's happening or why we're seeing this movement, but let's just take a look here at, this is the 5-minute chart of the US CAD, and we're really seeing a strong down movement here. Again, I'm not sure why we're seeing it at this time. It's not at a time that we typically would see the news coming out. Let's just pull up not seeing anything right now that would indicate why that would be happening, but you can see a nice strong move. And this is a good example here. We'll just look at this. If we were to have set this up, you can see that we can put on here the moving average. 40 period simple moving average, which is going down. We had a little bit of a pullback sitting on this area here of support. We can also see that if we look back the last, where our potential entry would be, it would have been and I'll put a line above it. Starting here, so that would be 1. This would be 2 back. And this would have been the third one back. And as the price moved below the lowest low of the last 3, that's where we would have looked at entering into this trade. And right now, this has moved down, you know, it moved down a total of 14 pips. But that's the concept. We'd have also had one back in here as it started to move below the lowest low of that last 3. And we'd have had an entry somewhere in this area right here. Nice move down. Now this is a 5-minute chart. One of the reasons why I would suggest looking at the 5-minute chart and trading the 5-minute chart is simply to get more opportunities to practice entering into the trades. If we use an hourly chart, then typically it's going to be hours before we are able to do something. If we do 5-minute chart, it's going to be minutes before we have another possibility of a trade set up. So keep that in mind, and that'll give you some opportunities to practice it. So remember the rules. Take some time to go through and look at those and enter into trades. And if you have questions, feel free to let us know. If not, have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk to you soon.